Hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Star Trek Judgment Rites. I am still investigating the village of Gothos in Germany where Trelane is playing his game around there, and you're trying to find a way to stop his plans and disrupt his power so you could free the Enterprise and the other ships he's captured. Let's talk with these guys here.
Welcome. I am Kurt Nielsen, owner of the Gothos Brewery. If you care to join, feel free, if you can pay the stake.
Hello, I am Richard Sondergaard. I publish the local newspaper. It's nice to see someone as famous as you, Lieutenant Colonel.
Doesn't it worry you, Herr Sondergaard, that you know an enemy ace is standing next to you?
The Baron has given orders for everyone in Gothos to treat you well, Herr Kirk. A fellow pilot honoring fellow pilots, I suppose, although I would not trust the military to follow those orders to the letter.
I'm Werner Gellert, the shoemaker. If you are not prepared to play, please leave us.
Excuse our friend. He doesn't like to perform in front of an audience.
Poker.
Poker. I remember this time in medical school where I got into this game.
Doctor, I see no relevance of your story to this situation.
Spock, did anyone ever tell you that you can be damn rude?
Poker. How unusual to find this activity in Germany during this period. Fascinating.
Fascinating? Just because your ears grow when you bluff?
I've been known to play a mean hand of poker on occasion. I imagine you do too, Kirk, except people seem to keep calling your bluff.
Human male in fair physical condition, less beer and tobacco would make considerable improvements. Human male in fair physical condition.
This is pretty much the same thing. I have a feeling this is going to be the same too.
Human male in fair...
Yep. Nothing more to do there right now. Got to scan these people.
Not the epitome of perfect human health. Not the epitome of perfect...
Not the same thing.
Human being in good physical condition.
Let's get out of here and let's... Which way should we go? Let's go this way.
There it is, the triplane that shot down the Enterprise.
Why don't you start it up and fly off in a blaze of glory? After all, you are James T. Kirk, the toast of Starfleet. The man who never loses.
Mr. Ellis.
What's the matter, Kirk? The truth hurts? You never let that get in the way of your ego before.
I'm putting you on report for insubordination. We're all upset, Mr. Ellis, but these insults won't solve a thing. That's it. I've taken all I can stand from you. I'm putting you on report for insubordination. We're all upset, Mr. Ellis, but these insults won't solve a thing.
Yeah, you could actually get into a fist fight with him, but I think that lowers your score.
I don't believe in mincing my words, Captain. If you can't accept my honest opinion, too bad.
Fine, but do yourself a favor and stay out of my way. That's it. I've taken all I can stand from you. Fine, but do yourself a favor and stay out of my way.
Kirk, I'm going to be in your face so much that you're never going to forget what I look like.
Commander, I know a treatment that has a good success rate at reducing excess aggressiveness. It's called reason.
A lot of trees. Castle Trelane. What else could it be?
Yeah.
The hangar of Trelane's triplane. It appears to be abandoned. A Fokker DR-1. A fuel barrel lies abandoned on the ground. A dirt path.
Scan the triplane. He said it had a lot of power on it, so...
Another abnormally high reading emanating from the plane. It is in every way a Fokker DR-1, except for that power source.
Oh, gotta look at things, guys.
Mr. Spock is keeping his eye on his tricorder. James T. Kirk looks at the vessel that shot down his ship with considerable enmity. Lieutenant Commander Ellis's gaze is transfixed on Trelane's castle. Dr. McCoy wonders how much medical attention the crew of the Enterprise will need when this is over.
I wonder if I could use a tricorder at all.
The communicators are functioning, Captain. If there were other Federation personnel on this planet, we would be able to communicate with them.
Provided their communicators haven't been confiscated or the persons are in any physical condition to answer.
I did not wish to state the obvious, Doctor.
Ha!
Wait a minute.
I hope we have shore leave after this mission, Jim.
So that's where this Trelane is holding my ship. I'll wring his neck if he doesn't give it back.
The Enterprise is not far. I can sense it.
That is not logical, Captain.
I know, Mr. Spock, but I'd bet everything that I have it's nearby.
We should scan as much of the area as possible. I'm picking up immense power readings from that castle in the distance. There is a high probability that it's Trelane's base.
Well, of course it's Trelane's base. Where do you expect Trelane to live? A slum?
Doctor, your display of emotion is quite unnecessary.
Castle Trelane. The grass looked greener on the other side of the hill. The grass looked greener. Dr. McCoy, an enterprising chief medical officer.
Hear the pun in that?
James Kirk, an enterprising captain. Mr. Spock, an enterprising first officer. Lieutenant Commander Ellis, who's rather glad he hasn't served on the Enterprise.
Well, here we are. I wonder what kind of death this person has in store for us.
An impressive edifice.
Here we are at Trelane's doorstep. What's the matter, Trelane? Is the great Baron of Gothos afraid to come out and play?
You can kind of see Candle winking in and out of there.
I would have thought someone with Trelane's ego would have jumped to make a grand entrance from the castle.
Obviously, he's waiting for a moment of maximum theatrical effect. Or maybe you're just a coward, Trelane.
It is interesting that he does not choose to appear at this time.
And quite annoying, although perhaps I should count my blessings.
Music is a little loud here, but...
Captain, the force field around the castle is extremely intense. I get the same energy signature from it as I did from the triplane that attacked the Enterprise.
Mr. Spock, is there any way to penetrate it?
The force field permeates the ground, Captain. The largest weapons of this era could not penetrate the force field. If we could generate a disruption on the wavelength, the field could be breached, although we would not have much time before it was re-established.
How could we generate such a disruption?
By physically destroying other objects that resonate on that wavelength. Objects like the power objects that we have already found.
Let's see if we can even just get through it. Of course, I think our phasers don't work, so...
It's not firing.
The phasers have been completely drained of energy.
Courtesy of our charming host, no doubt.
No doubt. Well, gentlemen, if we're going to beat Trelane, we'll have to beat him on his own terms.
It's time to go back to the village, see if there's more we can do there. The music in this game is actually pretty well done, I think, and it has a nice original series feel to it.
I would not get near that dog if I were you, Jim. It's suffering from rabies.
This building is being used as a school for the children of Gothos. This is an old apartment building. This building is being used as an armory where troops are stationed and military supplies are kept. This door leads into the armory. This door leads into the school. The cloudy sky dims the brightness of this charming village. James T. Kirk against the skyline of rustic 20th century Europe. Mr. Spock contemplating the inordinate number of times he has traveled through time or visited parallels of Earth cultures. Mr. Ellis looks like he's spoiling for a fight. Dr. McCoy wonders at the many unusual situations he has been through with his captain.
Yeah, the Enterprise has had a lot of interesting adventures.
Where's the hospital? Even when they heal, they butchered people.
Doctor, your criticisms of this era's medical technology are illogical. They did not have the tools to perform surgery without cutting open their patients. Perhaps one day, our medical practices will seem primitive compared to the standards of a future generation.
Yep.
Just think of it, Captain. Only one security officer for you on this mission. It must be unusual to have so little protection.
Don't try to provoke me, mister. You may regret it. Do you always say things that are unbecoming a Starfleet officer? I don't know. It seems like I'm carrying excess baggage on this mission. Don't try to provoke me, mister. You may regret it. Do you always say things that are unbecoming a Starfleet officer? Don't try to provoke me, mister. You may regret it. Do you always... I don't know. It seems like I'm carrying excess baggage on this mission. Do you always say things that are unbecoming a Starfleet officer? Don't try to provoke me, mister. You may regret it.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
More incongruities, Captain. The layout of this town is as irrational as Trelane.
I wonder what surprises Trelane has in store for us.
That's a cheery thought.
Scan everything.
I'm registering numerous life forms. There is an object in that building whose power readings are off the scale. We must enter the building and examine it more closely.
There's one of those objects in there.
An apartment building, Captain. My tricorder detects nothing unusual from it. I'm registering 2 life forms, both human males, numerous weapons, and some explosives. The tricorder confirms it is a dog, Canis familiaris, a Doberman pinscher to be exact. They were bred in the town of Apolda in ancient Germany in the year 1890 by a watchman named Louis Doberman, who trained the breed to assist in his guard duties. Its forebears are...
Enough, Spock. Do pointy ears make people talk too much?
Goes into a whole history lesson about them. Let's give it some meat.
The dog is now hungrily eating its meal.
Now that its attention is taken, maybe McCoy could take away its rabies.
Another satisfied patient.
Look quite happy. Let's go into the school first, since there's an object in there.
And remember, democracy is weak. It relies on the votes of the foolish masses who are incapable of choosing strong leaders. Constitutional government fosters weakness. The rejection of republicanism is what won the last war for Germany, and it will bring us victory over these stupid Americans.
There's something else I think I noticed about this is it's wrong. It's just they're just mostly talking about being at war with America, not the other nations.
That's not what they told us at the Academy.
This appears to be a picture of Kaiser Wilhelm II. Frau Humperdinck looks like she can't wait for the day to end. This is a map of Western Europe. A chalkboard. Captain Hauptmann looks like he'll fit right into German society in 20 years.
During the Nazi regime, I think that's what they're meaning.
A young German girl. A young German girl. A young German boy. A young German boy. Some blocks with alphabetical letters and numbers on them. A cupboard. It is currently shut. The exteriors of other buildings are visible through these great windows. The teacher's desk.
Okay, I think before I'll look at the crew members and I'll
James
call
T.
it Let's
Kirk.
Play.
His school looked nothing like this. Mr. Spock observes that the human education system was once full of inaccuracies. Lieutenant Commander Ellis looks at this artifact of the 20th century in disbelief. Dr. McCoy, remembering his old xenobiology classes.
Okay, so I'm going to end this Let's Play
Save
here.
new game.
So
Replace previous game.
I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.